What's going on, everybody? Brett here, and we're back playing some more Battle Brothers with the Beast and Exploration DLC. Today is the 218th day of our Let's Play, and it's midday. And we're about to jump into the abandoned remains. Let's go ahead and unpause it here. Come on, let's go. Alright, engage. And that's how I want to start today's video off, with a battle. Probably going to be against the undead, and it is. More fallen heroes, more dangerous battles. I changed up our group just a bit. This kind of looks like an identical, almost an identical map to what we fought on last time. Huh. Okay. Well, let's see if the battle shakes out any differently than it did last time. Let's lower the trees here. But I took a little day's break. I hope you guys don't mind. Let's release our Falcon. I had a buddy staying with me, and we were trying to catch up. Ended up seeing a lot of my old friends this weekend, which was very nice. Let's see. But that, of course, comes at the cost of my free time and how much time I have to make videos. And, you know, at the moment, nobody's paying me to make videos, so I decided to prioritize seeing friends. So, hope you guys don't mind. Let's see, we can move here. So you'll notice in this battle, there are going to be quite a few checkpoints. Man, I wish we could get all the way there. That would be pretty sweet. Let's get down here with our lone wolves. There are going to be quite a few checkpoints. Choke points is what I'm trying to say. Man, my brain is not working. So there's a spot here for them to squeeze through. A very small spot here. Looks like there's only one place to walk through. And if we can kind of surround that, we'll have a nice narrow choke point from which to squeeze them. And we're going to put our archers and crossbowmen directly behind the brothers that we have defending these choke points. That way we can take shots and they can't do anything. So, wow, there's actually, this is the only way through the center. That's unbelievable. Okay, so I foresee the AI trying to go top and bottom and just sending maybe a few guys through the middle. So if that's the case, let's take shots at these fallen heroes. And we unfortunately didn't get any overwhelm because we were passing our turn for effectiveness sake. Yeah, we're going to need to send some help down here. We'd love to let our lone wolves kind of duke it out by themselves. But there are too many enemies on the battlefield. And we need to start generating some value from our archers and from our positioning. Okay. Well. I think we're going to want Sir Chris to come down here as more of a frontliner. It all really just depends on where they decide to position their fallen heroes. At the moment, we're not quite priced into having to step forward yet, so we're not going to. We have some easy shots on some pretty important targets. And we're going to step up right here. Nice. So that was good and bad in a way. The odds pretty high that one of these little ghoul guys is just going to step forward and eat the corpse and kind of level up. And we'll see if Ivar can hold this position right here. It's a pretty important spot. Yeah, fighting the undead, not always my favorite. Let's switch out to the Warhammer and get him in the front line. So now we have a nice 3-stack here. And I think we can just... we'll move down with Giro. Giro's our Beast Slayer unit. Brother, rather. And if anyone wants to claim him, please feel free. I'm certainly open to renaming him. Okay, where do we want Big Steezy? Probably coming down as well. Try and help seal up that bottom position. So this guy has a great axe. We want to take him out as soon as possible. He's going to be able to do a bit of a round swing here. And if he does, he'll hit his own guys. But he'll do a ton of damage to us as well. We could even step in here. Yeah, it's not a bad idea. Let's step in here and take a big double swing and smash them. It's usually better to present a bit of a flat front line, but we can get away with this here. If we step up, we're only giving them 2 to fight against, but we'd rather them have to step in here. They're either going to try and solo fight Lance, which is a fight they really can't win, or they're going to have to step into this pocket and find themselves outgunned. We'll just wait. So Ragnar. Yeah, we've got this in the center. We don't need to send too many of our resources that way. Yeah, I mean, if they want to chill out back there, we're happy with that. Honestly, expecting them to step forward. Put a shot there. Nope, big miss. Ivar with a nice kill. And we're just going to hold on that high ground position. There's no reason for us to give that up. We'll just shoot into the masses. Wow. Excellent accidental kill there from Wolfgang. So this is going to be a grindy one, but I think our strategy is sound. We hold the 3 lanes. Melee in front, archers in the back. Pretty simple. Making this little pocket has kind of forced this Wiederganger to jump up. And we can take another big double swing. Nice. Broke their helmets. Okay, cool. Yeah, and there's nowhere for Steezy to get in there, so we want him to come down here and help. For the moment, since Aracel is in reserve, Steezy is acting as our sergeant. As a retired soldier, his resolve is pretty high, and he's going to be effective at that. Nice. Don't feel the urge to jump forward at all. Slow and steady wins the race against the undead, as Mama always said. We can use Indomitable here. The last thing I want is for this dude to bop us on the head a bunch of times with that mace, and that'll help us prevent being stunned, which is kind of a big deal. And Overwhelm, double Overwhelm will help prevent, it'll lower the odds of him being able to hit us, is what I'm trying to say. Alright, because the crossbow's already loaded, we can step forward, take a big shot, and we nail him. See, this is where I kind of want to step forward. We'll let them come. Want them to line up for Hondo, so we can start taking big split swings. And yeah, if they don't want to come here, we'll go there and we'll put Varandox up on the high ground. Let's reload. Perfect. We even injured him. We pierced his leg muscles. That's great. And I hope we have enough fatigue for another big double swing with Lance. It does less damage, but it does let us hit more targets. So wow, he's still alive. Alright. Big swing. Steezy jumps in, helps support Hondo, provide a little bit of morale. And we have some nice little, defensive pockets here. Alright, and they gave us a nice split target, so it allows us to attack in a straight line. And there we go. So what we're going to do now, because I know how these enemies work, if they didn't rout, they would step forward, eat, and become bigger. But we don't want that to happen. So we're going to slowly push forward in the middle here, and we'll either go top or bottom, depending, and help get a bit of a surround. We have no movement left with Steezy, unfortunately. But we should have just nicely denied them being able to level. Perfect. Everybody's doing great. And it's Fallen Hero, so we're still crossing our fingers for some more, big-time legendary loot. We haven't seen much of that this playthrough. I was just hoping he would get that kill for me, but that's Giro. He does have an injury. Perfect. I think we just step up here and make sure we're the ones that claim that high ground. Nice. That was kind of the exact miss we were hoping for. Cool. Okay, and we can step forward now. We need to start pushing them. If they resurrect a bit, we're not worried. The idea here was just to let Steezy take care of this guy. But he's routing, so he's going to try and run. And since Sir Chris is out of ammo, I'm going to switch to his mace. We need Ivar to start cutting a path through these guys, but if he's not able to do that, it's fine. We can then retreat with Sir Chris and get him down south. Okay. So guys, also in the last episode, we picked up a new battle brother, the dog. And I'm pretty excited about that. He doesn't have any armor on him yet, but I'm going to see when we get to our next taxidermy location. We'll see about getting him some Unhold, the very, very heavy armor, so we can try and protect him a little bit better than we were able to protect the last brother. We'll pull out our axe. So we're not out of the woods yet. There's still a fallen hero, pretty much untouched on the battlefield. We're still fighting in these, close quarters corridors. And we shouldn't take anything for granted. We haven't taken, any damage yet, I don't believe. We just have no shots at all. Nope. Okay. It's alright, we're reloaded for next turn. Alright. A little bit useful. There's a 39% chance shot. I had a feeling he was just going to miss again and disappoint us, but nope. Did good. Let's move in, see if we can get that ghoul as well. We bop him on the head, but we don't quite kill him. We'll move down with Sir Chris. Steezy, let's go, man. Saw a real life Steezy this weekend. It was a good time. All right. Fallen hero doesn't know what to do. Interesting. We're going to move forward with Sir Steinhardt. Not too worried. If these were higher tier enemies, I probably wouldn't put him right in the middle. But playing too conservatively can make these types of battles drag on forever. Do we have any of them hurt? Yes. Step forward, get this kill. Kite shields for the win. Okay, Ivar. He's got quite the group standing in front of him that he has to cut through. Can I hit anything? Give me a 23 on that guy. 26 on that one. Probably would have been better off just switching to our banner and going for a little poke. And now we can take this swing here. It's called actual swing. And go for these two, or we could try and shoot them in a line, but this guy's on the high ground, and I feel like if we take the swing, we'll hit both. It's almost like guaranteed. So I went for what I felt like was more of a guaranteed damage over, the potential to put a little bit of damage on that guy. Step forward a bit, we can. Chris, let's get up in there and block for our buddies. Steezy's almost got the kill there. And there's a tree here. We're actually bottlenecked at the moment. We need some big kills. The fallen hero doesn't know what to do. He's kind of like he himself is blocked in. Looks like the AI is kind of struggling to find a home for him. Okay. The last guy stopping us up here. Oh, there was another guy hiding in the bushes. They're just missing everything. We outclassed these guys pretty heavily. I say as we miss. There we go. Ivar slowly but steadily making his way into the back line. We can take that shot. Pretty much doomed to miss from the beginning, but no big deal. And we'll take another swing. Nice. Perfect. We're closing in on him. Alright. But I think we're going to have to go all the way around, essentially, to get into the back lines. Wolfgang, we can just reload him. Something I've always thought would be really cool for Battle Brothers, and I know it's something that other people have asked for as well, is for female characters. And I don't know how a lot of people feel about it. This is, you know, this is not a realistic game, guys. I mean, we're fighting dragons and undead and stuff like that. I mean, it's not super based in reality, but I understand like the whole concept of medieval warfare kind of is. Well, of course, women weren't present on the battlefield, but I think it would be really fun to take a more of a kind of like a Warhammer, even like Warhammer Fantasy, but more like Warhammer 40k type approach to the game. If you guys have ever played that or seen any of that, or if you haven't, you could look up something like the Sisters of Battle. They're basically like space marines who are female. They're kind of like holy warrior nuns in space, and they're pretty badass. So, you know, there's definitely ways to do it that could make them fit into the settings. I could see like, you know, a holy order of female characters who like, you know, come from some monastery or something to wage war against the undead, or, you know, whatever, however you want to write up their story. But I think there's definitely potential there. You could make Amazonians like a whole new class of archers. That could be pretty cool. Give them some kind of unique abilities. I could also see something I've talked about before is like cavalry. So I think there's still room for this game to grow, and I hope that the Overhyped Studios, those guys are still looking at ways to make this game even better. This is one of those games, I'd love to be playing this, you know, 5 years from now, because they've just added so much content. But you never know. It's kind of the dream. Yeah, we can't go any further. We're a little bit messed up here. And we're not dropping dogs, because then they'll just target them and then we'll be down like 300, 400 gold. We've got a nice little triple surround here going on this fallen hero, but he is on the high ground, and we're pretty heavily fatigued. And if they start resurrecting in the worst areas, we're going to have a hard time fending them off. Okay, good shot there from Raymond. Should make it pretty easy for Sir Varandox or Ivar or whoever to get those kills. Just going to keep rolling around. So we can actually take a round swing here, I think. Yeah, no one to hit but bad guys. And we managed to hit one of those guys, and that triggered Killing Frenzy, so plus 25% damage, but unfortunately he does not have the necessary fatigue to do that. Fatigue is becoming a pretty major issue for our group. But that's kind of just what happens. It's not that our guys are bad, it's just what happens when you put low-level characters and higher-level gear before they're ready. You get all the defensive bonuses, but you lose out on fatigue. Which is why I value perks like Brawny so highly. Probably should have just got rid of this dude. We're closing in. Only 3 left at the moment, but we'll see how that changes. If they resurrect at all. But yeah, when I'm talking about like horses, I think of, once again, like Total War Warhammer. If you watch any of that on my channel, as you level up your heroes, there are different like tiers of mounts, right? So there are horses, there are armored war horses or barded war horses, and then there's maybe like unique mounts. And that's another way to perhaps bring in even more like fantasy elements into this game as well. Like, I honestly, with all the other like crazy fantasy stuff that's in this game, I don't see why it would be like impossible to bring in something like, you know, Pegasus, or I mean, unicorn sounds a bit fluffy, but just other stuff. Maybe even stuff I haven't considered. I know a lot of the fantasy from this game is based on kind of older German or Eastern European style, you know, like fairy tales almost, and mythology. But there's got to be room for some stuff in there somewhere. Like, I doubt the Kraken is part of that mythology. Okay, what do we have? We want to get these surrounds because we want to increase our chances to hit. And Sir Chris is the one taking most of the beating right now, unfortunately. And Giro is so hurt he can't really like do anything. Pull out the bill hook. Let's get Ivar in the melee. Even more surround here. I don't hate getting some overwhelm on him. Perfect. So now he's that much safer, one less dude hitting him, and Sir Verandox can take the high ground for an even better surround. Steezy's going to get the good damage. Hondo for the finishing move, and that's what I'm talking about. Wolfgang gets a level. Anyone else? No, but we did pick up some gemstones. That's going to be pretty valuable. 2 more great helms. Or 1 great helm and a full helm. Oh, we picked up a decayed coat of plates. Extremely heavy. Extremely heavy, but a very solid piece of armor if that's something we want to use. So that was a worth it fight, guys. I mean, we were already here. We were already, you know, not doing much. And we really have to start paying for ourselves in any way we can. So Wolfgang here. So he has Berserk. What else do we want on our famed archers? Yeah, we have to remember that he has Paranoid. So I guess because he has Paranoid, Fearsome is fine, Killing Frenzy is fine. I kind of just want to get Crippling Strikes plus Executioner for that combo. A 5 roll on range skill is so huge. And also 4 on fatigue as well is great. We could, once again, we could pump his initiative up even higher. No, I think we just need to give up on the whole initiative dream. But what else do we take? I mean, we could take a 3 roll for his melee skill, maybe get him up to 60, so that he's actually efficient with that axe, or with a bill hook. But I think we're going to take a 2 roll for resolve, and hope to get him up to that 50 mark relatively soon. So okay, where are we going? This place kind of likes us. These places all pretty much like us from our early days of questing. But we'll come down to visit Grafenhaven. Whoa, that's a big group. I mean, probably not a particularly difficult group. We've faced similar ones before. I would not want to fight these guys in the forest. I'd much prefer to fight them in open ground. We fought Necrosavants many a time with their teleporting, decapitating ways. They can be pretty annoying. So a local holiday. So we may be able to stock up on our supplies pretty cheaply. Let's get some roots. Let's organize our supplies a little better so we can see what we have. 6 days worth. We'll buy some mead. That should put us up to 7. I'd love to get to 8. There we go. So we get to 8. We're also running super low on tools. And even on ammunition as well. I think we just have to buy tools. Even if it's just a few, we can't afford to not. And let's look at the prices here. We'll do our usual method of checking out a shield. 19, that's pretty high. So I think we're going to sell off quite a bit of things here. And man, if we had more tools, we would definitely be repairing that stuff. We don't need any of these decayed shields. I'm thinking in that witches fight where we got absolutely crushed, almost don't even want to talk about it, the bludgeons might be a very effective weapon. Because they should be strong enough for us to take on the beasts that come at us, but weak enough that if we have to hit our own brothers in the heads to stun them and turn them back to our side, that it won't kill them. But honestly, I don't even know if we didn't have like a full set of those, whether or not it would make truly any difference. That's hard to say. Check out our brothers here. So like Scaredy, for instance, he's wearing pretty low tier armor right now. If we give him this, his fatigue drops, but he has pretty high fatigue. And he's wearing a decayed great helm. These look so awesome. The ones with the horns. Let's give him that. I wonder if we have anyone else who can support. That one's pretty terrible, but this is Yaku. Yaku's had bad fatigue basically since the beginning. We don't want to really overburden him if we can help it. And there's definitely a lot of optimization to be done here, guys. We're by no means, you know, at peak optimization with our brothers. Who else do we have here that could possibly wear better stuff? Definitely not Steezy. Definitely not Steezy. Sir Varandox could probably wear this decayed full helm here. We can call that good. And we'll probably repair this too. But either way, we're sitting at around 20k gold. There's really nowhere for us to visit. We can check out here to see if we want to get our 20th battle brother. Almost certainly not, though. Actually, that last guy, what was he? He was a raider. Yeah, no thanks. No thanks. We want to try and find probably a sword master, and we found one of those already. But it was a guy who seemed like, based on his title, based on his background information, it seemed like he was going to have some real problems. And we couldn't quite see what all of his things were, all of his traits. The dead are walking the earth again. See what they'll pay us for this. Holy. Travel to Eichenberg in the north. Defend against the undead. Say we need some time to think about that. I don't know if I quite want to travel down. I was actually thinking about traveling south. This is exactly what I wanted to do. So let's accept this offer. And now we're just going to ride. We're going to Sudfest, which is the biggest city in the south. And I was looking at the map and I was thinking about interesting places that we could go and visit and see what kind of lurks down there. And I saw these little islands here. Lots of little groups roaming around. And I was like, there's got to be land. There's probably land out here that we can go and check out. So I think that's what we're going to do. Fletcher here, Fletcher here. I don't think there are any taxidermists in the south. No. But Sudfest is a big city. There should be something we can do. Alright, along the road. Mercenary, might I have a word? You turn to, surprisingly, find a man in the back of one of the wagons. He's covered in chains. I'll have you know that I am Lars von Grimund of House Grimund. Clearly I am in a wee bit of trouble, but that shan't stop you, right? Kill all these guards and return me to my family. I think they will pay a fair bit more than whatever you'll get for keeping an eye on this stain of a caravan. One of the guards walks up laughing. Oi, is this varmint spitting lies again? Pay his dribble no mind, sellsword. Come on, let's get back to work. Oh man, they're giving us an opportunity to kill all these dudes. I think I'm not going to do that. Yeah, I don't care who you are. We're not going to do that. I think we could probably quite easily kill the caravan guards, free the guy. Who knows what would happen after that. If you've ever done that, let me know how it turned out for you. I'd be interested to know. It seems like you probably just kill the guy and then you escort him back up north. But the only thing that kept me from doing that, honestly, was the idea of having to walk back up north. I really want to go south, and I wasn't really interested in doing anything else. And this is kind of the exact type of quest I want, because I want to take a quest like this and then go out into the wilderness after visiting, the cities, and get a couple heads and basically get paid to explore. So let's see what we're talking about here. See if they'll pay us more. Yeah. I'll accept that contract, and we'll take a second to look in the armor. We have so much gold. We could probably afford to buy really whatever we wanted. Really wish I had been able to get into some noble mail at some point in this playthrough. Very cool looking. And a coat of plates at a decent price. And another full helm at a decent price. Man, I was honestly hoping that they would have some something legendary for us. But they did not, unfortunately. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to pass for the moment. We're coming here and drink some more. Anything in the Fletcher, maybe? Wow, they do. The Battle Forged Dart. Made from very strong yet flexible wood, this warbow has massive pulling power and is a rare piece of skilled craftsmanship. Let's take a look at this thing's abilities compared to a warbow, which is right next to it. So 65, well, let's look at the durability first. 100 versus 100, that's the same. 65 versus 90. Versus 50 versus 70. Wow. Same effectiveness in ignoring armor, but when hitting armor, it's an extra 35% effective. Same range, same maximum fatigue. We're going to buy this, guys. It's super expensive. Yeah. This is probably the best bow in the game. Let me know in the comments if you know of a better bow than that. But we're going to give this to Raymond. That's got to be like the best bow in the game. It also frees up our last hunting bow, or our last war bow, so we can give that to Ramen here. And we no longer need this hunting bow in our inventory. We can go ahead and sell that. It's not worth much, but it's alright. And we have some other things in our inventory that we can sell to kind of keep our gold up. You know, I think we'll just sell off that decayed great helm. We don't really need that. And is anyone naked? No, no one's naked. Everyone's good. We can also sell off that that mail. And there we go. And this is Battle Brother with no armor. Once again, we just need to get to a taxidermist. So some people have said in the comment section that they enjoyed like the 30-minute format for the videos. And I can totally understand that. You know, at this point I could be wrapping up. We did a battle. We bought a legendary item. We've made it to a different part of the map. Taken on a new quest, you know. But I feel like if I do that, this playthrough is going to last forever. Which is, you know, it's not a terrible thing. I could play Battle Brothers all day. But for the sake of, you know, moving on to different games, it may be a good idea. It may be a good idea for me to try and see different games. You know, just from the perspective of me having a YouTube channel that I want to grow. So, now while Battle Brothers is the most popular game on this channel, without a doubt, I'd love to get into some different stuff. For me, it's not all about like the popularity. If we can get ahead of these guys, I just want to fight them on my own. We'll fall back. I don't care. That was an easy 12 heads for us for some raiders. But if we fought them with those guys reinforcing us, they would probably kill half of them before we even got there. And it would just be a massive, like, waste of time, which I'm not interested in. We'll buy a bit more food. The prices out here are just horrible. And this is because this is the house we chose to go to war against early on in the Noble War. Yeah, and this enormous company definitely was able to smash the people they were fighting. Okay, I'll take this fight though. Some Necro Savants and just a bunch of zombies. We should be able to protect our backline pretty well at this point in the game. And they usually take a turn or two to teleport, essentially, to your backline. Man, I wish we could zoom in. It's a pretty normal, average-looking bow, to be honest. 95% chance shot to hit. That's pretty great. We'll get up here with Ragnar. Oh, he has a hangover. Oh, that sucks. Take another aim shot. Wolfgang. And it's good. Let's take another one. Kind of unnecessary. We could be holding until they come to get us. But I think because we know there are Necro Savants here, we're going to tuck in our lone wolves to protect our archers. And if they want to start, you know, teleporting essentially across the battlefield, we'll be ready to face them. $38. Nice. I'll take a miss like that all day long. And that was on Sir Varandox, who does have throwing mastery, so he gets a nice damage boost at that range. We can hear them like hissing and stuff in the background. It's pretty scary. And we took the high ground from them just so that they couldn't take it. It's not really giving us, honestly, all that much benefit. We'll see where they go. There's probably, I would say, 3 of them, if I had to guess. And depending on their current like state of their health, they start the battle with pretty low health. But what makes them tricky is the fact that they have the 9 lives perk, just like some of our brothers do, where you kill them but they don't die. They get another turn to act. So you essentially have to kill them twice. And that can be pretty tricky. I think I'm going to walk just up here. We'll pass. I think they're going to teleport either in here, back here, or somewhere back here. But we're kind of happy to see them finally like mixing it up in the front lines with us. Nice. So we're going to get Berserk plus Killing Frenzy, so we're going to do a ton of damage with that. 48% chance. 58. That's pretty good for a throwing weapon. Alright, here we go. We can hear them. They're like vampires. That guy's at full HP. It's pretty scary. And this is pretty much essentially exactly where we thought they would go, which is fine. Oh, and he just wants to tango with Lance. That's going to be bad for him. Hopefully he comes here and that lets us get a big split. Nope. So they're surrounding Ragnar a bit. So there's 4 of them. Yeah. The more of the weak guys we can clear out, the better. Ooh, we didn't quite trigger his 9 lives, which is what we were trying to do. But we were close. When they hit us, they heal. I mean, they're essentially vampires. And we'll bring Steezy back here to give them another target. And we Indomitable with Lance because the odds of them being able to get and bypass our armor are pretty high. So we want to make sure he takes a lot less damage. He's going to go on Ivar. Interesting. So they're going to jump around. They're going to make us work for it. One more hit. Perfect. So he goes down and we get his Khopesh, which is a pretty scary weapon. And we put enough pressure on them that they felt like they had to back up, which is great. Ivar getting a huge swing. And we can honestly drop our War Dog, and our War Dog would probably kill it. But I'm going to risk not doing that because these guys one-shot War Dogs, and I'm tired of losing those guys. Alright, get a big swing here, Hondo. And he does. He takes out all of his armor and half of his HP. It's pretty clutch. We step up. Is there any way we can step up and shoot one of these? And we can't. So I think we're just going to take the shots that we have and be happy about that. Maybe get a kill here with Giro. Nope. Alright, another big swing from Lance, and we smashed him. And I think we're going to hold off on the Indomitable. I'm not that scared of one of these guys. And Edgel's going to whip out that axe. 26% chance. It's better than nothing. Okay, because we're in melee, we can't throw our javelins anymore. We can use our hammer. So Chris has a mace. And Necro Savants are definitely a target that's worthy of our holy water. Steezy can chase, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to hold him here. And these guys are losing every fight they're in. And if they want to stay there and keep losing, we're happy with that. And if they want to teleport and come back here, Steezy will be waiting for them. If we chase too much, we won't be able to take any actions. So there we go. Alright, a little bit of damage there, and they were able to heal up a tiny bit. And there we go. We trigger 9 lives. All we need now is for Lance to hit him. Can't reload because he's in melee with us. We could try and stick him with our banner. We don't quite get it. These guys have to have really high melee defense because it's often pretty hard to hit them without a decent surround. So Hondo there, going to proc his 9 lives. So we just need to get him one more time. Perfect. So he goes down, we get another Khopesh for our troubles, and we decapitate another guy so he can't come back. Long axes, and Wolfgang does not have the action points necessary to take another swing, so we'll pass turn with him. Crossbow finishes him off, and we get another skull and another Khopesh. So if you wonder why I'm kind of excited about the Khopeshes, is because they're pretty valuable weapons. And if we were like closer to the early game than we are, they would actually be pretty decent upgrades. Nice. We can step up here. This guy doesn't even have a weapon, so we're not too scared. And we'll just hold this high ground. I feel like the AI wants it, and we're not going to let him get it. He'll no doubt teleport away from us. Don't know where he'll go. He might come here and try and hit us again. Yeah, he's going to single out Ragnar, and then he's going to single out Egil. Okay. This is probably the best place for him that he could have gone. It gives us kind of the worst line of sight. We'll just pass. And our brothers are going to have to, like, truck it across the map to try and reach him. And the only one who'll probably be able to swing is going to be Egil, and his odds of hitting are pretty low. But that's why we went ahead and got the surround. So 38% chance, and we get him. And I don't think we got anything for killing him. That's okay. And just one Zamboni left. Can we finish him? And we do. Alright, so some easy heads for us. We're happy to see that. Decent crafting materials. Picked up some tools, which is nice. That'll probably cover our loss in tools for taking that fight and the amount of damage that they did to us. But while I'm thinking about it, let's make sure we're repairing. Those are very valuable weapons. If we repair them, we'll probably get a lot more gold for them next time we're in a good city. And to be honest, if we had like fought those raiders, we probably would have enough to turn in. You come across a deer skull. At first it means nothing to you, but Steezy the trainer picks it up with earnest. Muted dust pours out of the cavity as he turns it this way and that. Hands trembling, he throws the head out of his hands. It clatters hollow against the ground, tumbling over onto where the horns should be. The scared man claims that a soothsayer once told him that he would come across a skull such as this. There are many skulls out here, you argue, because things have a tendency to die. Your words do nothing for the man as he slowly and nervously shuffles back into the marching rank. So Steezy is now afraid, and he becomes dissatisfied. Does that change like his actual perks? Let's check that out. Did he get another negative perk? What the heck? That also makes him a horrible sergeant now. Is this temporary? It's a trait. It's showing it as a trait. So hopefully he doesn't have fear of beasts, paranoid, superstitious, and afraid. Oh my god, that would be awful. It looks permanent, guys. And that also makes him, like I said, a horrible candidate for being a sergeant. He also doesn't have rally the troops. So he wasn't super great to begin with, but he wasn't bad. We're going to take the sash from him, and we're going to give him Battle Brother. We're going to move over here to Sir Chris, who has a pretty healthy 57 resolve already, and now that goes up to 67 thanks to the sash. So, and he's also kind of in the center of our formation. We'll move him over to the right one. That way, between our banner and this, we should have this covered. Fortunately, Ragnar's still a little drunk. I have no doubt that if we come down here, we'll find something to fight. But my idea was to come over here and see what kind of land masses there were. We only have, well, I mean, we have 6 days. Not only 6 days, but it's kind of a lot of days to turn in this quest. See some footprints, some beasts. We'll track them. We'll see what they are. Stirring Crypt. I honestly don't want to fight any more undead. I'm kind of hoping these beasts are something interesting. It's a pretty small set of footprints. But I want to come down here. I was hoping they would kind of lead me there. Maybe there's some more ways to cross over here. Okay, and it's ghouls. Naxxarahs, or something like that. Naxxarahs. That's probably the best way to say it. Naxxarahs. Okay. And we'll take that fight. It's now dawn, so a bit easier for us. And it looks like they came from the vacated dwellings. So if we wanted to, we could probably take that fight there. And it would be a significantly easier fight. I was hoping to fight some wolves or something, but this is okay. And this is another one of those fights where we may just have to tuck in our lone wolves, because if they have level 3 Naxxarahs, then they're going to be able to eat our lone wolves, and then, you know, their stats don't really matter at that point. We're only seeing level 2s. There's a first level 3. That might be the only level 3. But we need to be careful how we take our shots. I've gone over this before plenty of times in, you know, some of our older fights. But you kind of want to... I can't believe we're like missing everything. But you kind of want to, when you're fighting these guys, you don't want to kill any of them until the battle is joined. Take them down to low HP, sure. But try not to kill them, because then they'll just step up and you'll have made a lot of really big ones. Yeah, like that, you know, that was a bit of an accident. It's not terrible that we killed them, but that's not what we wanted to do. And if you start killing them, you really have to step forward. But making some tier 1s, tier 2s is not really a big deal. It's when you start making tier 2s, tier 3s that you really like messed up. But since we've kind of killed some of them, yeah, there he goes. He heals up. We're not scared of the 1s and 2s. We're scared of this guy. But we should be able to get lots of kills this turn here, since they've closed the distance. And then honestly, we'll probably see a pretty huge series of morale checks. Let's get them. There we go. So 2 down. We'll chill out there. Ooh, big swing from Ivar. And we'll lock this dude down so he can't go and like heal and do a bunch of other stuff. But this should be like a lot of kills. Take this shot, see if we can kill him. We're missing horribly. We'll step forward. Get him. Alright. Step forward, chill. Step forward and chill. We'll engage him. We don't want him to run away. We just want to be careful how we step out. If we had stepped here, for instance, this guy here could have just eaten us and tried to run away. We really want to get something of a surround going before we really commit to an engagement. Wow, the little guy hit us. They do have the high ground on us. Okay, good. His one move didn't save him. So here, I think we can focus our firepower on the guy in the back. If we can kill him, that'll be great. We won't have to actually expend any resources. We kind of blocked our own shot, but I think we have other shots. Step up here. Nice. Kind of holding my breath for that one. Step up. Should have a shot. There we go. Now we have a clear line of sight into that one. Now we did injure it. We pierced its hand. So maybe a bit less of a chance that it'll hit us. Nice. We are out of ammo. Switch it up. And there we go. The scary thing is I think it's standing on a body, so it can probably heal itself this turn. Nice. Let's push forward. There we go. Now we've got a pretty nice 3-man surround on this dude. And if he tries to eat one of us, we should be able to keep him from running. But I have a feeling this guy's going to turn into a tier 3 if we can't get initiative over him. Yeah, and he eats Hondo. Pretty scary. Okay, we step in to fill the gap. Nice, we do have a shot. And down he goes. Okay. Let's get Lance in here. We don't want this dude going anywhere. Ivar with the big swing. Wolfgang takes a good shot. Who else do we have? So Verandox is not going to have what he needs to do that. But we can pull out the mace, try and get around. And this should be it right here. Edgel shouldn't miss. And there we go. So Giro gets a level. Our Beast Slayer bro. We don't get a ton for our efforts there. A bunch of crafting materials that we can probably just sell off. And we'll go and finish this real quick. Make sure we have the tools we need, the ammo we need, the crowns we need to start exploring a bit. Yeah, I mean, that's a lot of crowns. Come in here, maybe they like us a bit more. Yes, look at the prices on these tools, guys. We're going to buy them all. And we're going to buy all the 87 ammunitions and a few of the other ones. Pretty cheap pole hammer. That was something we were in the market for. Okay, organize a bit, and we can definitely sell off one of these skulls. We don't need that. We can definitely sell off maybe 2 horns, 2 brains, all of this type of stuff we don't need. The Kopeshes, they're $2.15 a piece. We're going to sell those as well. Call that good. But I'm pretty happy to have picked up all of those tools. That's exactly what we needed. And let's kind of take a second to check out our food situation. I think we have a lot of early food. Should we buy something late? 6 days. 7 days. Okay. And I think that makes us good to go out and explore. There's no more quests for us here. That's not what I meant to click on. That's the training hall if we want to try and quickly level up our bros. But let's go. Let's go explore real quick. We have a couple minutes today. Why I'm running all over the place, I don't know. Misclicks. We have some time left today to explore a bit. And the farther away you go from a city, man, the more dangerous the enemies you start to find. I wouldn't be surprised to see, especially now that it's nighttime, some Alps, big groups of Alps. Lindworms, I wouldn't be surprised to see any of that type of stuff. Lots of unhold. So there's an island. It's a tiny island. Okay, this is a bigger island. Is there anything here, though? This is kind of the bottom of the map. Let's scope it out while we're here. We don't want to leave, like, mystery spots. So it looks like there's a mountain there. Kind of climb up. Maybe we'll see some more of the map. Can we go over here? Yeah, okay. So this is why we picked up a ton of stuff, guys, because we want to make sure that we have supplies. We don't run out of money. Whoa, okay. ThunderClan hideout. Cool. Let's take a, I feel bad for missing yesterday's video. Let's take a Berserker fight right at the end here. I think that's going to be cool. We have the daylight. We have the archers we need to burst down Berserkers. We should be fine. And this is one of those fights where our lone wolf should really win us the day. And of course, we get the super low ground and they get the super high ground. Like, just not fair in the least. But with range superiority, we should be able to come through this okay. And I gotta say, you know, my track record for taking fights right before the ends of videos has been pretty poor. Every time I do that, I feel like something bad happens right at the end. I see no reason to use our Falcon. We kind of know what's out here. Can we get all the way up? We can. That's pretty sweet. And I think that's really gonna like mess with the AI. You know what, let's step back one. There we go. As long as we have Lone Wolf, we're fine. We just want to make sure we're pulling them away from where they want to go. Alright, call that good. Don't like Ivar being on the low ground, but I don't think we can help it. All we can do is hope that Hondo being where he is making them want to come and fight him. Okay, just making sure, double checking we have no shots. Even very low chance shots I would happily take at the moment. So we still see they have 5 Berserkers left. We killed one and we killed one Orc Young. They're going to get the stun off on Sir Chris, but they're also giving us some really good lines of sight now. We want to take the shots on the Berserkers that don't have armor, like this one here. Even though these guys are very lightly armored, it's enough to probably take a shot off. Big hit there. See if we can get this kill. Yeah. The thing about orcs is you start getting kills on them and their morale starts to go. And you'll find yourself in a much easier fight if you can do that. Wow, nice hits. We're hitting like really low percentage chance shots, and I'm pretty happy about that. We'll wait, see how they move up against us. 38% chance shots, we'll take them. And Hondo should have an easy time against this type of enemy. 56. Take out his armor, give him an injury. Once again, we'll just hold the line here. And if they're not going to move in on me, I'll move in and I'll use Indomitable to make sure we don't take a ridiculous amount of damage from that chain. Yeah, he does do a lot of damage. He's essentially two-handing a one-handed weapon, which gives him a bonus to damage. So we need to expect that he'll do a ton of damage. So we'll pass here. We're gonna move up. We're gonna engage. It's just a matter of where do we want to go. That was pretty nice to get some overwhelm on him, to get an injury on him. And we don't quite have the range. We'll see how we move up. We may have an opportunity to do something here. Yeah, had a good feeling about that. Something just told me just hit him and kill him. And another injury on this guy. Pretty brutal. We'll send in Lance. Grazed kidney, pierced side. Pretty good. Step down and let's see if we can nail this guy with a javelin. We couldn't. But we will get a bit of a surround on him. Which, like I said, it really messes with their morale. Probably the easiest way to handle orcs. We're close enough now to take that shot. We didn't get it. Alright, let's see who has the initiative now. Still him. So he's going to be able to potentially hit us, and he doesn't, so that's good. And that's it. Steinhardt finishes him off. Giro gets... Oh, Giro, we forgot to level him. That's my bad, guys. If you were screaming at your monitor. We're going to pick up some loot, something to sell. And let's go ahead and level Giro while we're remembering. He is going to be a thematic bro for us. Wow. 3s and 4s. I can't really pass that up. And I can't really pass up a 4 as well in fatigue. So our idea here is to make him a polearm bro and kind of a crossbow bro. And I think if we're going to choose one mastery over another, crossbow is probably better. It just, you know, he's going to start off most of the fight as a crossbow bro, so it's probably better to just go ahead and do that. But I want to have one that's like a polearm, bro, and it's not something we just don't have. So I think I'm going to take that for him. And he's already got a bill hook, so I mean, he's doing just fine. Bill hook being probably just about the best polearm you can get. Whoa, what's going on here? Oh, I think we've read this already. Guys, take a second if you want to read this. It's hilarious. But basically, one of our brothers is trying to teach the other brother, and he thinks he did it full on like what's the name of that? What's the name of that movie? Robin Williams. Oh, Captain, my Captain. Man, I can't remember the name of it is. Thinks he reached him, but he really didn't. So, you finally reached him. Good job. Good job, Hondo. It's funny. I would encourage you to read. If I don't read some of these, I would encourage you to read it. If I don't read it, it's probably just because I've read it many, many times before. Ooh, we don't want to come up here in these mountains. We'll probably lose all of our supplies if we take the time to walk across the mountain. So there may be an alternative way around. This is turning out to be quite the large amount of landmass that I didn't expect to have down here. It's like a huge series of islands. So guys, I'm going to leave you here. Hopefully you enjoyed today's episode. I enjoyed playing it. Once again, my name is Brett. My channel is Good Talk Gaming. And we're going to get up to some more exploring. Maybe find some more legendary locations on the map. And we're going to do that tomorrow. So once again, guys, I hope you have a great day. And I will see you in the next one. Take care.